J is for Justice podcast.
Jay, I like your podcasts.
Roberta.
What I found. So you guys, you're like, what do you mean? How do you know Tammy Lee's schedule?
Bella
Like,
and Maestro.
aren't you wondering, like, what are you talking about, Jay? How do you know her schedule? Let's see. Can you guys see my screen or no? Or no?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or no.
Or no.
Or no.
Oh, no.
I think I got it from you.
Okay. So what you're looking at is APA magazine. The magazine for the polygraph professional. So this, I think it's page 12 or 13. Okay, here we go. Now, this is in the past, so we missed this one, but Friday, September 3rd of 2021, at the American Polygraph, whatever, this is in the APA magazine of 2021. And on Friday, September the 3rd of 2021, they had a class. And in classroom A, from 8 to 3 p.m. was Family Man to Family Annihilator, the Chris Watts case study. Headed by Graham Coder, FBI agent, special agent, and Tammy Lee, CBI agent. And it goes from 8 to 3 p.m. Goes all day, all until 3. So it does not, it's a case study. So I'm not really sure what they're studying or what they're teaching when they're still asking David Carter a year ago what the fuck happened. And if he'll take a polygraph and swear to what the fuck happened. What kind of class are they teaching?
Wow.
If they don't even know what they're talking about.
Family Man to Annihilator.
Family Man to Annihilator. What? Dude, they're still asking questions.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Okay, so this is just one, okay?
When was this? Because sorry, I missed it.
Oh, this happened September 3rd of 2021.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the first one. Let's get a little more into her schedule. And let's go here. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, so we have the Northeast South Dakota Family Violence Prevention Conference. Family Violence Prevention Conference. This is being held this September 28th and 29th in South Dakota. In Aberdeen, which is very ironic, South Dakota. So the speakers of this family violence engagement are Tammy Lee, an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigations. Tammy worked diligently to obtain the confession from Chris Watts.
No, she
and
didn't.
Graham Coder, an FBI agent currently assigned to the Violent Crimes Squad. He was the lead case agent during the Chris Watts quadruple homicide case. You heard it from her own words. They didn't even investigate.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the website for a tentative agenda and topic descriptions, shall we?
I would love to go, shall we?
I would love to go to South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. September 28th and 29th from 8 to 5. So here we go. This is what it's going to be about this year. Our goal is to provide evidence-based education to combat family violence and sexual violence. Special Agent Tammy Lee and Special Agent Coder will present the Chris Watts case study. Chris Watts pled guilty to murdering his wife, unborn son, and 2 daughters. This was a heartbreaking story that made national news. They will present the case study and show how domestic violence affects even what appears to be the perfect family. This story is featured in the Netflix series The American Murder, The Family Next Door. So they're using a Netflix doc for their teaching
Wow.
on domestic violence.
I like how they say it's evidence-based, but they have no evidence.
No.
And,
Sloppy evidence.
I want to know what aspect of domestic violence are they talking about? Are they talking about the verbal abuse from Shanann? Because there was no physical abuse up until he actually killed them.
Right. And that's the only part of it that's domestic violence.
Yeah.
On his side.
Yeah, on his side, yeah.
But what evidence are they using? Are they using all of her Facebook videos?
That's not evidence.
I mean, if they did, I think those videos would show verbal abuse and emotional abuse on him, if you want my honest opinion. So what are they using as evidence to prove that this was family violence in the fact of a prevention conference?
Two yahoos should not be teaching anything about domestic violence.
I would love to see what
Green
they
Eye
are.
said, are they dating? For real? Okay, wait, we're not done.
Like, are they using real evidence we haven't seen?
No, they're basing it off this fucking Netflix.
Which was one-sided.
It's
completely.
horrible.
Wow.
It's horrible. Okay, so ready? Here we go. Ready? This is for National Law Enforcement Week. This just happened June 13th at Eagle Heights Baptist Church in Harrison, Arkansas. The Christopher Watts case study. And it's got Netflix right there.
Wow.
They sure love to use this man for money.
Yeah. So this case
That's gross.
has been featured on Netflix, American Murder, The Family Next Door, Amazon A&E Crime Central, Behind the Headlines, Watts Family, Oxygen, Chris Watts Criminal Confessions, Lifetime, Confession of a Killer. Lifetime movie, Investigation Discovery, Family Man, Family Murder, and Fox News and NBC News. Christopher Watts case study from the investigators who worked the investigation. Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent Tammy Lee and FBI Special Agent Graham Coder. They will discuss the process of the investigation. What? Interview techniques, the polygraph test, and also the issues they faced mentally after the investigation was complete.
Well, they seem
Interview
just fine
techniques.
traveling all over doing these things. They don't seem to be too affected.
They're busy.
That's
They're
why they
busy
don't want to go up there.
AF.
How
They're
can
busy
they-
AF. Have you ever seen
No.
FBI or state agents create a educational presentation based on a fucking Netflix documentary that
No.
was basically produced by the victim's family, and they are going to go around. This is for National Law Enforcement Week.
Wow.
This is the main website.
Do you have to be law enforcement to go to these things?
Yes, and it's like $800. It's a
Wow.
week-long conference. And this was part of it, you guys. This is what they're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see if they were like actually using and showing evidence, but they're basing it on movies. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in shock right now. I
And-
thought this one I didn't think you could pull anything else out of your ass.
Well,
Jay.
well, I've got more.
Case?
I'm not-
Holy shit.
I'm not done yet. I've got more.
Ugh.
I feel so bad for his family.
I know it.
Can't imagine.
I know it. So
I really want to know what they have to say in their conferences, though.
Same, that's why I asked if it was just law enforcement, because I would totally go.
well, no, the one in South Dakota is for professionals working with families experiencing domestic. So this is who they're training on this at the domestic violence. This training is designed for professionals working with families experiencing domestic violence child maltreatment, SA, and trauma. Participants will hear from nationally known speakers regarding the latest research, practical experiences, and methods of addressing all forms of maltreatment. Where does Chris Watts fit in that bill?
It doesn't. He doesn't. They should not be there.
Could I go in the medical?
Alligator, want to go in September?
I mean, I work in the medical field.
Well, I could go. I mean, we talk to people that are experiencing domestic violence every day.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Yeah.
You just have to pay, I think.
How much is that one? I've never been
let's go to their website.
What day of the week is it on?
I don't know. September 28th and 29th. These would be your hosts here.
28th and 29th are Wednesday and Thursday. That's
Conference highlights. Investigators from the Watts family murder case, American Murder, Family Next Door, featured on Netflix.
Yes, because that's how I want to be professionally known.
I mean, at least this one here, it says review of John Heminger first degree murder case. I mean, at least they're not showing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
They take you directly to the trailer.
Link.
When I clicked on American Murder, it took me to the trailer on YouTube.
Oh, wow. See, there's my shirt. You can see the color of it now.
Oh, yeah. Let me pause or let me mute it. Yeah, that wasn't the same shirt in that bag.
No.
But see, she had a black sweater on over it.
Mm-hmm.
So he did say black or gray.
And her shirt looks gray.
And he was right. Gray shirt and she has that black thing over it.
It's sad they're making money off of this and they didn't even do an investigation.
I know. In her own words.
Yeah.
Hang on. Tammy Lee, oxygen. We didn't investigate. I'm sure it's got to be on here. But yeah, she said we didn't even investigate. Murder of Jessica Goebel by ex-boyfriend John Heminger. And this was in May of 2020. He stabbed his former girlfriend, Jessica Goebel, 26 times. And this was in South Dakota.
26 times. Yikes.
Yeah. Her injuries included a fractured skull and a slashed throat. The mother of young children was rushed to the hospital in Sioux Falls, but died 5 days later. Police zeroed in on two suspects, her current boyfriend, Richard Hanley, or the father of her children, John Heminger. Heminger was allegedly angered that Jessica had put an end to their 4-year-long relationship and started dating Richard. The night she died, Heminger sent his former girlfriend multiple abusive texts before he grabbed his roommate's knife and went round to her house. So that's the case. I mean, at least, ew.
At least that gives details and not to a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and then this guy he also appealed. So, I mean, at least there's like some follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
But literally, they're directing the Watts thing straight to freaking Netflix.
Not even to like their case file.
Right. Not even their discovery.
No. That's why I was curious what they would be. I can't go during the week because I start my new job. But I have weekends.
Assessing risk of domestic situations and evaluating offenders' behaviors.
Wow.
So here's the speakers. There's Tammy. In 2019, she received Agent of the Year for her work. Tammy worked diligently to obtain the confession from Chris Watts, who is now serving 5 life sentences plus 84 years in prison. Read full bio. Does somebody want to read a little bit?
Heather, you can.
All right, hold on.
Do I need to make it bigger?
Let me switch to full screen. Do I do that again? Nope, that should be good. Agent Tammy Lee currently works as field agent for the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Agent Lee has worked in a variety of capacities while employed by the CBI, which includes major crimes, gaming, organized crime, and human trafficking. Agent Lee has extensive experience in investigating homicides, sexual assaults, crimes against children, officer-involved shootings, human trafficking, and organized crime. In 2017, Agent Lee was named the Colorado Bureau of Investigation's Agent of the Year. Jay,
Can you see it now, motherfuckers?
now I can. Where was it? Agent Lee has been a certified polygraph examiner since 2013 and has conducted hundreds of criminal and pre-employment examinations. In May of 2019, Agent Lee received a national award from the American Association of Police Polygraphists.
Polygraphists.
Polygraphists, there we go.
That's a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast.
No, thank you. Related to her involvement with a missing person investigation, which was initiated August of 2018 out of Frederick, Colorado. Agent Lee was assigned as the case agent for the missing person investigation, which involved a pregnant mother, Shanann Watts, and her 2 young daughters, Bella and Celeste. Agent Lee assisted with the polygraph and interrogation of the suspect, Christopher Watts. Christopher Watts ultimately confessed to murdering his pregnant wife and burying her in a shallow grave and disposing of his 2 young daughters in large oil tanks. In November of 2018, Christopher Watts pled guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree murder of a child under the age of 12, 3 counts of tampering with a deceased human body, and 1 count of unlawful termination of a pregnancy. Christopher Watts was sentenced to 5 life sentences plus 84 years in prison.
She looks unrecognizable.
She doesn't even look like her.
She definitely had
Some work done.
And now she's on the road. Now she is on the road. And if you'd like to meet her, I'm sure anybody can go to that event. I mean, if you're affected by domestic violence, it sounds like you're welcome.
You know what? She goes into talk about Chris Watts and how he confessed to murdering his wife, but she doesn't say in her bio that he confessed to murdering his 2 children.
Yeah, it does. Scroll up.
Confessed to murdering his pregnant wife and burying her.
Go up. Nope, the other way.
Yeah. No.
Disposing.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It just says, and disposing
What?
of the 2 young daughters does not say.
Does not say murdering.
Nope.
What?
No.
Whoa, the wording. Christopher Watts ultimately confessed to murdering his pregnant wife and burying her in a shallow grave and disposing of his 2 young daughters in large oil tanks.
Yeah.
And then it
Wow.
just goes on to say that he pled guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree murder of a child under the age of 12, 3 counts of tampering with a deceased human body, and 1 count of unlawful termination.
Yeah, she didn't put in.
Yep.
Wow. She didn't put murdering and disposing of his 2 daughters like she did with
No, who killed the girls? Why is that left out?
Tammy Lee, what are you leaving out?
Oh boy. Good catch. Well, we all know, Janice, that he is definitely guilty of killing his wife. That's not disputed. That's definitely not disputed. But I mean, she even doesn't put in here that he killed his young daughters. Murder of wife, disposing of the children.
Yep.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, no one's saying he's innocent of anything. I mean, we know that, you know, he's going to spend his life in prison as it is. But
Oh, yeah.
But if other people or someone else is involved, as they should as well.
But that other person has a new identity.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Yep.
Does Chris's family think she's involved?
I don't know. I don't want to speak for them,
Right.
but I will ask them.
Or heard.
Yeah, I've never really straight up asked that question.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Because
this makes
I think they just are so, they don't know what happened. You know, they're just like us, except this is their son.
but maybe
And
just this wording of these things and how they didn't follow up with that other guy, it makes you just wonder.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the
That's-
wording of this is very sus because you know she approved this. If
Mhm.
she did,
If she didn't
had to
write
have
it.
yeah, I mean, she submitted this.
Mm-hmm.
She submitted this to the domestic violence site to put her bio up.
And who doesn't follow up with someone that's willing to give a polygraph?
Yeah, I mean,
about,
she's traveling anyways.
yeah,
Mhm.
that
She's
there
all
could
over
have
the
been
place.
possible. They don't know for a fact that she wasn't involved. There's no proof and evidence or in any of that she was not involved. She pinged there.
They let her off the hook.
They did. I think she
Now
wrote
think about if this had went to trial, who would have been their star witness and probably would have been granted immunity?
Nikki.
Nikki.
That's why I think she opened her mouth and said stuff and she ran. And she threw Chris way under the bus.
Oh, she didn't even think twice about that.
Do you know that when Chris was being brought out after the sentencing, you know, that day in November, he was taken, you know, back to go back to the jail. And he says that when he walked back there in the hallway, that Nikki was back there.
Really?
And that she smirked at him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotcha.
Oh, I didn't know she was there.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I've often wondered, okay, we all saw Chris in the sentencing. He was absolutely beside himself. He's been in solitary, you know, he's, you know, just out of his mind probably and in shock. And all of this is happening. I don't know. Maybe did he hallucinate that? Did he think he saw her or did he really see her?
If no one knew her at the time and she wasn't public, she very well could have went.
Yeah.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was reading chat.
If nobody knew her at the time and she was not public at that moment, she could have been there. No one would have known the wiser.
And if she went to the police first,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to get her story to them.
Mm-hmm.
Covering her own butt.
I mean, we have so many things, you guys. The ping, the not clocking in,
Her deleting things.
Yeah.
her deleting things.
I mean, there's more evidence, in my opinion, leading to that some involvement in some way than her not being involved at all.
I agree.
And now she's off where?
Jenna said she heard she's still in Denver.
Well, she said in that interview she was going to their
Safe house.
safe house.
She knew a safe house, and I think it was Jim's place.
Jim's
Probably.
because
yeah.
Jim has a place in Denver.
Yes, but he was like traveling for work.
Yep. To
Because when
Wisconsin.
she called him, yeah, it was a Milwaukee number.
Mhm.
Yeah, her researching Shanann like a psycho.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she was far more into Chris than she ever let on in those interviews.
Oh,
I feel
agree.
like she downplayed it.
Mm-hmm. By saying
I
she
think
wanted to give him
they
her
were both
son.
as I think they were both as equally into each other until Shanann got back. And Shanann came back, but then quickly left again. So that was like kind of like a, okay, we still have a little bit of time left. You know, she's only home for a couple days and then she's going to be taken off again. Well, that Sunday, shit got real
Mm-hmm.
because Shanann was coming home for good. And I don't know, but I feel like that night with the 111-minute phone call
Mm-hmm.
and everything that happened after that phone call before Shanann got home has everything to do with what happened between 2:00 and 5:00.
I agree.
I think she put the pressure on him. And I think it's weird too that when she's interviewed NK says, oh, he was laying on the bed when we FaceTimed. Now, she's talking about a FaceTime. They're asking her about this 111 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
FaceTimes don't show up as minutes on your phone bill.
No.
FaceTimes are Wi-Fi. So she's all, oh yeah, we were on FaceTime and he was laying on the bed and it had no sheets and he was really weird. And he was just staring at me. Remember that?
Yep.
And so she was kind of almost prefacing, because if he wrapped Shanann in the sheet, which we know he did because the sheet was out there at the site and the other one was in the garbage. So why is she talking about no sheets on the bed when the sheets would have been on the bed until after Shanann got home?
Mm-hmm.
He would have been laying on sheets unless he was washing them before Shanann got home. But I almost feel like she was trying to make it sound like this was all Chris. Like, you know, he was acting weird and, you know, he was just staring at me and was looking creepy. Like, she was making it sound like he was already out of his mind before Shanann got home. That's Monday night, Snow?
She said that was Sunday. She said that was Sunday.
Yeah.
The sheets.
No, she said not Sunday. She said Monday night. Because that was the night. Oh, am I mistaken then? Because that was the night he stayed home by himself. He stayed at the Thayers the next night. So he stayed at home, and that was when he said, oh, I was hoping they'd barrel rush in and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he cleaned.
Yep.
He cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
He cleaned.
And like her saying she wanted to be the first to give him a son, and then she said, go there and spend time with your family, and if you can rekindle, but then messaging him, oh, you can't answer me, are you with her? She was a controlling crazy, if you ask me. She was
okay.
Controlling.
Yes. Okay, so Shh wants to say, thank you for your super chat. Shh. I like that name. Shh. NK said it was Cece's bed, not theirs. Love you, but I want to make sure the facts are right. She said the convo happened after. Okay. So it was Monday. I was incorrect. And apparently he was laying on Cece's bed. I thought it was theirs. But, so that was when they went to the house and he was washing the sheets that day. He like cleaned and washed their bedding and told her that the sheets stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would she even mention that he was laying on a bed with no sheets?
Yeah, why would she know that? Like, why?
Like, they didn't bring that up to her that we saw anyway.
Like, why would that be important?
I just think there's a lot more that we didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like she says, oh, we didn't get to talk to all the people we wanted to. So there's so much redacted. Yep. So many pages redacted, right?
Yeah.
But we don't have any interviews from Sandy Rusek. All she did was write a letter. I mean, if I had evidence that when my daughter was missing, her friend said, or her mother said, check the knives when they were entering the house, I might want to ask her mom why she told Nicole or whatever, Nicole Atkinson, to check the knives. What kind of thing is that to say?
Weird statement.
Check the knives. So I would want to sit down with this woman and I would be like, okay, what's going on? Why did you tell Nikki to check the knives? Tells me there's something that has happened before with the knives. I don't know what. You wouldn't just pull that out of your asshole.
No.
Check the knives?
Something happened before that we don't know about. Or something was mentioned and it was never looked into.
It bothers me. Check the knives.
That wouldn't be the first thing I would think of if my daughter were missing.
No. And they were it was right when the Chris had come home and he was unlocking the door. And she was out there with the police officer and he was taking a minute to get to the front door. And when he opened it, she said, or he was opening it and she goes, "I give you permission to go in my daughter's house," like that. And then he opened the door. Oh, dude, I've got this shit memorized. And she said, "Nikki, check the knives."
Yeah.
And I heard that and I was like, what? Check the knives?
Not, hey, is my daughter there? Are my granddaughters there? No, go
Check their
the
bedrooms.
knives.
Yeah, check their bedrooms. No, check the fucking knives.
Yeah. And her son finding the phone, odd to me as well.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Shit's weird.
In the cushions, that's...
Mhm.
And her knowing the password and Chris not knowing, and I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah.
There seriously is so much. I've got one other piece to show you guys. I'm not done yet. I know you guys are probably like, oh my God. I have been holding this in, man,
No,
for a
we're not
long
even-
time. Like,
We haven't talked about Watts in so long, though, so it's
I know.
kind of nice.
This is all good.
But this is
stuff,
all like
though,
stuff we've not talked about before,
That's
you know?
Oh, yeah.
like beat to the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
this is new stuff since the murders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is this piece from Discovery. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me make it bigger. Okay. So this says at the very bottom, this is what I thought was interesting. So remember when we watched the body cam and they're in there like reenacting the baby cam and they have a doll and they're acting like they're like suffocating the doll. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So they took a video of that. And I never really thought much of it. But then I saw this yesterday and it says, hang on Friday, August 17th, 2018, I was requested by Deputy District Attorney Patrick Rocho. Who? Who the fuck is he? To send him the video I took on my work phone of the baby monitor screen. I was able to successfully send him the video. I was like, who? The Deputy District Attorney of Weld County, Patrick Rocho. Or Roach. Or,
Yeah, it's Roach.
what's that all about?
No idea.
I had no clue that he was even involved in this.
But he wanted to see
The baby monitor.
the baby monitor.
Why that of all things? That's weird.
Because Chris Watts said that he saw his
Oh, that's
babies
right.
being strangled on the baby monitor.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Krugs. She said this has been an awesome live. Good work, Jay and team. Green-eyed PI, you can't get past the halter top.
Whose? Oh, Tammy's.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
thought
think
she was
they ever
holding
found-
shampoo, but that's her
It's
award.
an award.
I don't think they ever found her watch, did they? I thought it was just her phone. Because she put phone and
No.
Apple Watch in couch cushions.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to go over regarding this case. There's a lot that's come to light in my eyes and things that have been brought to my attention that I want to go over. I mean, little things like this, like
Mhm.
don't let her go down. I mean, all these things matter. But the way that they put them in there and dropped them in the discovery out of order like they did,
Yep.
it's confusing. And they knew that it would be confusing. You know?
Yep. Agreed.
But I guess that's all I have. I mean, that's all. That's it. Just a few things.
I'm just curious what chat thinks about all of this. What they think, like what you.
I know that's what I'm going through now. Oh, I wanted to look up who that guy is. What was his name?
Roach.
Deputy
District
Attorney.
Roach. Roche. Yeah, why didn't they ever interview Shanann's mom? Why did they just let her send a letter? But they interviewed the dad and the brother.
I don't know. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that too. Who else is missing from the discovery?
So what?
Gina Dietz, the ones that Chris Watts lived with prior to Shanann even moving out to Colorado, the one that got her the job at the hospital, the one that was at the vigil. Nothing in discovery about her. I mean, their damn dog they got from her. Yeah. They got Dieter from her, but she's nowhere in the discovery. Why? Why wasn't her interview in there? Why didn't they interview her?
Because they just didn't do anything. They just rushed it up and.
I mean, if you think about it, the only people they really interviewed were the Thrive people. And like Chris's friend Mark and coworkers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they want to say like NA was her best friend and stuff. But really, NA was friends with Sandy.
Yeah, that's how they met.
Right.
Yeah.
They met through her mom. So
and like Christina and what's that other one that's up this way?
Oh, Abby or Allie. Addie.
Yeah, like they're just coworkers. They're not, I mean,
they're Thrive people. They saw
MLM.
what Shanann wanted to show them, you know, because when we hear like they were already talking about separation, she had already made the phone call to Ann Meadows to get the house on the market, but she didn't tell her Thrive friends that because she had she had an image to live up to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's Patrick Thomas Roach. Who is this guy? I've never even seen him.
Yeah, because he wasn't even the prosecutor.
He looks plastic.
It says the second. Would that be him?
Yeah, he's been there since August 2013. He's been there for 9 years.
Interesting.
And he went from being a construction to the district attorney.
I wonder if they're elected there.
Unless he was a lawyer for his family's.
Yeah, maybe.
He's probably the lawyer for them. I don't know.
Well, it says building manager.
Employees. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to sign in. I'm not signing into that.
Interesting.
They have 80 employees.
But he wasn't the district attorney through the case.
No, he's the deputy district attorney. He's over. Okay. He's over Rourke.
Okay.
Yeah, he's yeah. And he wanted the damn video of the baby monitor. Why?
Is it? And that's the only time he's ever talked about in Discovery, correct?
I've never seen him before. I've never even heard his name before. It was always D.A. Rourke, but apparently this dude had someone send him the video of their baby monitor. Why? What was he looking at? What were they pondering? Don't you think that's weird?
Very.
On Friday, August 17th, 2018, I was requested by Deputy District Attorney Patrick Roach to send him the video I took on my work phone of the baby monitor's screen. I was able to successfully send him the video.
And it's Sergeant Bakes.
Yeah, just a Frederick Police Department guy.
Yeah.
Was requested by the Deputy District Attorney for this video on the 17th. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
It was weird without Potato tonight.
I know. I think she fell out on us. I hope she's okay.
I bet you she fell asleep and is going to wake up and be like, dang it.
She's going to be upset that she missed it.
Mm-hmm.
When did Shanann do that Facebook post about being married to... Oh, that was Father's Day. That was in June. It was a Father's Day post.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the deputy DA is under the district attorney? My bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I'm sorry. I had that wrong then. Okay. So he was probably collecting evidence and assisting the DA.
But it's just odd that that's the only time he's...
Well, yeah, I mean that they requested that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder. Yeah, he looks plastic.
So face makes you go,
Yeah, makes things that make you go,
The watch face.
Well, thanks you guys for coming up and listening to all this tonight. I think that it was some good info. It
was. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It was awesome.
It was nice to dive back into this.
Yeah, and I think we have some valid things to go over and to discuss in the future. So,
yeah, like I was totally out of it, and now I'm like,
I never entertained the NK theory in the beginning ever.
No, neither did I. But now that we talk,
I can't ignore it. I can't ignore what all of the little things we talked about. You know, you can't ignore it. There's too many.
And if she pinged that day and they said, oh, it's because she travels to work, then there should be pings showing other days of the same pings, but there's not.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if she like randomly drove that route and ended up, randomly, it would ping off a Frederick Tower, but none other than the morning of the murders. I mean, come on.
And that's not even
Thank you, Lori.
The most direct route to her work from where she lived.
And then to be late to not punch in at work.
Oh yeah, that one day she just forgets. Oh, I forgot to clock in.
And she happens to be the safety person as well. So that's a little interesting.
I think we're going to do some digging into exactly what her job description would be at that company. Like exactly.
She was a contractor, right? She wasn't.
She was, but she filled positions there, right? So we need to know what her exact position and her like job description. I'm sure people have already dug this up years ago. I just wasn't on that train.
Yeah, I think she was like.
She was definitely contracted out, but she had to have a description of her job. And I want to know exactly what it entailed. I know she monitored things from the office and she would hit the guys up that are out on the field. But I think it's very interesting, the whole hatch thing. And then how about remember we were watching the body cam and the dog handler went by that dumpster and the dog was like, wah, 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 and she was just ignoring it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's possible that the kids' toys and blankets could have been in that dumpster.
Oh, I think so.
I agree. Because he said out in the field that he left the toys laying out there. And
but
what
they
about
didn't find them?
He didn't. He couldn't have.
No. But wouldn't his GPS or in his truck show he went to that dumpster and dropped that stuff off?
Well,
first?
it's right on his road, so it would
Yeah.
just show him coming home.
He could have
It'd be
just
right
driven
along
by
his
on his
route.
way home.
Green-eyed PI says, I know what job she did, LOL.
Oh, gosh. We know that side of the story.
Yeah, right?
A little too much of that side of the story.
TMI. You know, and then where's, what's her name's interview? NK's friend, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, she didn't want Charlotte to know about Chris being married with kids because Charlotte's parents got divorced because one of them cheated, and she didn't agree with that. So she wasn't going to share that with her.
Yeah,
So-
why didn't they interview her? Because she knew.
I think they
knew
did. That had to be redacted. Like, that's got to be the redacted stuff. Like,
So it says here she was
what about Hisham Bedwan? Wouldn't they want to talk to him? The Dirty South Customs guy?
right.
Yeah.
Where's his? I mean, they didn't talk to him at all. They're talking to these fucking Thrive people
They
that
well,
went
they
on a
talked
few
to her.
trips with them.
Talked to
And
her
the fact that
ex-husband.
They let her dad in the interview room was insane to me as well.
Oh, with NK, yeah.
I'm just wondering, where are these other people's interviews?
I mean, they pulled out her ex-husband, who was not involved in any way, hadn't talked to her. Why not go? Yeah, you're right, to that dirty customs, dirty South.
Right.
whatever.
You would think that Hisham, I mean, you got little Bella on Facebook videos going, hi, Hisham. I
Yeah.
would think you'd talk to Hisham before you talk to Leonard King. Leonard King was a thing fucking before Chris Watts,
Way before.
but
I-
Hisham wasn't.
I found out what she did.
Who?
NK. She was the company's risk and safety. It said she met with supervisors like Chris to ensure that equipment is properly maintained and that employees implement required safety practices.
So she would know all about those hatches then, you would think. Or she has to
Yep,
know the safety of...
She would.
Well, she was monitoring those, I think, like the levels.
Yep.
Leaks, because they had a leak.
Oh, they had a leak. Remember, he was supposed to fix a fucking leak.
Yep.
That's why he was out there, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, that's what we need to visit next time. Revisit is the story of what he was supposed to be doing that morning, because I think that, because that's where he took a shit too, isn't it?
Yep.
And I swear there was throw up as well, if I recall.
I think there
yeah.
was. You don't do that and not have some physical reaction.
But does everyone in chat honestly think that he and you guys, like your thoughts, that he could do all of that in that little time frame of him going out, and by the time they called him to dig, put them up, go up in them tanks and come back like not with 1 ounce of bead of sweat on him?
Wait a minute. So let's think about Friday when he said, oh, I'll go out there on Monday. Who called that coworker, Troy, I think it was, and said, there's a leak. We need you to go out to Survey. Because remember, he met him for the fire stick.
Well, he said he would go out, and Chris said, no, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'll do it. He texted him after, I think.
After.
Yep.
After. That's what I'm wondering. Was NK the one to call Troy? Would she be the one to call Troy? Because you just said like she would communicate with the supers. So was Troy a supervisor, or was Chris Troy's supervisor? I don't know if I really know that. But she would know if there was a leak and where it was. And then he miraculously, the same day they go to the fucking Rockies game, he's like, oh, I'll do it. And then she doesn't clock in.
Yep.
That's not
For
sus
all
at
we know,
all.
she could have been out there already digging the hole.
Shame, shame, shame on all these lies. Bella and Cece deserved better.
They
Yeah,
did. They
all-
do.
They
all
do
did.
deserve better. So before we go, I just want to share a little story from the Watts that just about the grave site. I wanted to just let you guys know that they went out there on, I think it was Mother's Day or something like that. And you may have heard this somewhere else, I don't know. But they went out to the grave site, and within minutes, Mr. Rusek pulled up and sat in his truck. Just sat there.
Creepy. How did he know they were there?
I bet you they have a camera.
There's a camera in the woods
Mm-hmm.
next to the gravesite.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure too. Just make sure no one vandalizes and make sure who's going there so they can watch and see.
Which is a little weird to me, but
Well, what if I'm visiting family nearby? I don't want you watching me.
it's a little weird.
It is
It's
weird.
a little weird.
And
But yeah, then it happened again at Cece's birthday. And they make sure they go out there either the day before or the day after, just so they don't run into anybody. They don't, cause anybody to feel a certain way. And they did that for Cece's birthday, and another car came in and sat and watched. So I just,
Wow. That's their grandchildren too. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
They shouldn't be held responsible. Whether Chris did it, not did it, whatever. Those were their grandbabies.
I mean, it's a grave site.
Yeah.
They're out there playing songs. They're bringing flowers.
Yeah. That's
I don't know. It is really sad. So I just, I feel like people need to know, like, that they haven't forgotten these girls. They've always loved these girls, and they've always loved these girls throughout this whole thing. And they've never stopped going to the gravesite, and they've never stopped, wanting a personal effect of theirs or anything like that. They love those girls dearly. And if you guys all knew, like, all the things they did prepping for that 6-week vacation for those girls to come stay at their house, buying trampolines, buying pools, buying all the snacks that they could have, everything that they want,
And then shouldn't do it.
Well, and to get accused of trying to murder one of them, and then, all this happens, you have no answers, just like we have no answers, they have no answers, and they go out to pay their respects and pray and play songs and take flowers, and they can't even do that in peace.
No.
No.
And, I sit here and I watch the Alex Jones trial of, the Sandy Hook, and the victims of Sandy Hook are suing him for defamation for the things that he said about questioning the government's story and everything that he did. And then I look at this and I think, these people can't even go out to a gravesite in peace. Mm-hmm. They can't even grieve in peace. They shouldn't have to grieve separately.
Nope.
So, anyways, they're all, I mean, I don't know. It's too much hate.
Do people go around bashing other people's parents if somebody's kid does something like I mean, I feel like they made them the just as guilty as Chris from day one.
Why do you think that the Watts were vilified?
Because they wanted to stand by their son and protect him, which is what they would do as parents.
But what did they really do publicly that really protected him, that made everybody so mad?
I think it's more than that too. I think it's Shanann's
social media.
Yeah, and the nut incident and how she portrayed that, and that got spread around. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it came from her, and those texts that came out about over my dead body. Will his parents be seeing them again? And
Yeah, I mean,
think it was
Chris stopped talking to his parents.
for years prior.
Mm-hmm.
But they were good. They were good since Bella was born. From what I've been told, everything was good. When she got pregnant with Bella, they put everything aside. They put everything aside. So like there was no problems when she went to North Carolina. She was planning on staying with the Watts during the week. And then on the weekends, and then she would go to her parents' house during the week. So it was like totally planned. Her dad picked her up on Monday, then dropped her back off for the weekend. So she was fully, on board to spend time with the in-laws, and everything was good until the ice cream incident. And that was when Cindy was accused of trying to kill Cece. And it was just came out of the clear blue and just was really over the top, like anger over the top. So it makes me think that there was a lot going on with Shanann to make something like that, make her snap like that at Cindy, like something that, ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And there was ice cream in there that they got at Walmart that the girls could eat. So it wasn't like there wasn't something for them, but Cece wanted the one that, their other granddaughter had. And for her to just fly off the handle, I'm thinking it was a multitude of emotions, like the stress, being pregnant, marital problems. You're probably suspicious that your husband's cheating.
Yeah.
You're going to be a single mother with 3 kids, a newborn. God knows what else was going on that we don't even know about. Money.
Been away from your husband for 6 weeks.
I mean, yeah, and you've got a hearing because you didn't pay the fucking homeowners, and you lied and said you sent the checks to the wrong address. I mean, it was a mess. She hadn't paid the house payment in months. There was
they had
a
to take
lot
from his 401k.
Well, they had done that earlier, and then they were defaulted again. They took from the 401k in the spring to catch up from prior, and then they fell behind again over the summer. So losing the house. They've already filed bankruptcy twice or once?
Once.
So they were on the verge of a second bankruptcy. A lot was going on. So she snaps about ice cream.
Mm-hmm. I think she lived beyond her means for an image.
Well, of course she did.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they filed bankruptcy. I mean, but if you know, like, Chris's history, he saved his money.
Mm-hmm.
He worked and saved, and he didn't have to have things. Like, that wasn't him. He didn't want those material things. I mean, we all saw the house she was living in North Carolina. It was out of this world for a 20-something-year-old person.
Single, alone.
She didn't buy that house. Janice Burns. I want to see what she's... Okay, so I asked, why did everybody villainize the Watts? She said it was the way she talked about Shanann. I don't care, but that's why people had a problem with her. I agree. I think that was part of it. I think in her interview, I think people took her brutal honesty and didn't know what to do with it. Because we had all of these videos that showed this perfect family, this perfect life, this, just the all-American family. And then we had the mother-in-law, portrayed as like the monster-in-law, come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, they weren't a good match. She was just being honest. But I think it was just very raw and very fresh. And I think people saw Shanann's videos and felt like they knew her. If we didn't have that social media, no one would have given a rip about Cindy Watts' interview.
I agree.
We all felt like we knew Shanann because we saw her videos. And look at the people, they still think they know her. All these people carrying torches and, attacking people for talking about the case like we are tonight in a respectful way. There's still people out there doing that. It's weird.
It's
Go ahead,
really
Heather.
weird. Well,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. I think a lot of it was she was murdered, and if you even criticize someone that was murdered, you get hate, even if that's the truth. So I think that's a big thing too.
Mm-hmm. How dare you be honest?
Yeah.
Oh, we'd all like to just rather have our asses buttered and have you. I mean, now imagine if she would have done that interview and said, "Oh, it was great. Everything was wonderful. I can't even imagine what they would have been fighting about." What would you have thought of her then? You would have said, "Lady, you're full of shit."
Mm-hmm. And he would have
I
hated her for
respect her
that.
honesty. Mm-hmm. I respect her honesty. And obviously, they weren't a good match. She was right.
Yeah.
I mean, look how it ended.
Look how it began.
Look how it began.
And you can tell it was mainly like she always kind of forced him to be in videos. You could see he was never.
He was
really
uncomfortable.
happy in them. Yes.
He didn't want to sell that crap.
Like that Santa one. Oh, that gives
He
me.
wanted to be a fucking mechanic. You know, he wanted to work on cars. He didn't want to be selling things and making videos and making, I don't know, Thrive Bites.
He did always seem to be the one caring for the kids, though, while she was always doing lives.
When you saw Coder's notes, cared for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you see CC on that man's hip in those videos?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even count.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back to what this David said. He couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But damn it, if he even wanted to or wanted her to, that's not good. That's bad. So, but if she was involved, that's messed up. And I'm glad. What was it, Maligator? Did you catch that with the wording in that thing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think that says a lot because that's brand new too. That is brand new. I'm still using my pen. If you're here, Heather. I just think that says a lot.
Yeah, I agree. There was a lot brought up tonight that was like dropping the bomb.
And he wasn't read any of his rights or anything before that interview in Wisconsin. So I don't think she can like officially call that a confession. I think they can just kind of add it as case notes, right?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if he was read his rights before, though, when he was officially arrested, I don't think they have to read him his rights if he voluntarily gave information without.
But they came there, so it wasn't really voluntary.
They pretended it wasn't for more. Remember, the case was closed, so he didn't think him saying anything was going to affect him in any way.
Yeah, they thought it was like they portrayed it as just a conversation.
Mm-hmm. But in
right,
reality,
so case notes.
It was to sink his ship.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Throw that in the case file. Okay, so Snow says, one contradiction I notice is that Frank Rusek Sr. notes that the kids always wanted to go to their dad. But somewhere else, it said the kids preferred mom. I've never seen it said that they preferred mom. Where did you see that?
I've always seen that they wanted Chris over her.
Mm-hmm. What are you working on, Laura W? She said, I was working on sanding a piece of furniture earlier and just listening. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch all of this a bit closer.
Yes, you don't want to miss it. Rewatch.
Oh, Snow doesn't remember. I've never heard that.
Me either.
So Janice Burns says, this is the problem I have. He insisted they were coming home until Tammy said, did Shanann do something to the girls? Yeah, what made him flip at that moment?
Maybe he realized he could blame it on Shanann, try and keep Nikki as far away as possible. Like blame Shanann so they don't look at Nikki.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and watch that like in a whole because she
Yeah.
also brings up that other case.
Yeah, she put this all in his head.
Oh, that case
And
that she never
Larissa
should. Yeah.
Rodriguez. Yes. And I want to go over that case with you guys and go through what Larissa Rodriguez did. And maybe we can do that like, I don't know, tomorrow or something like this week. Because I mean, it won't take long. I just want to go over the brief synopsis of what happened with that case. And I know she killed her kids, but and also talk about the reason why she brought it up. Because she wanted to see
His reaction.
Mm-hmm.
She never should have brought that up anyway, though.
They can do whatever they want, though. That's what's the sad.
You know, that technique
I
that
know.
she uses, the Reed technique, is illegal in the UK. They don't allow their investigators to lie
Mhm.
in order to get a confession.
Which I think.
I like that.
Yeah, me
Mhm.
too. That's how it should be
I don't
here.
think they should be able to lie to you and trick you. If they don't have the evidence, then they have no business setting you down yet.
Mhm.
Then they better get back to biz and collecting their evidence, right?
Yep.
Mhm. Just like
And-
that Brandon Dassey who struggled mentally.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys brought that up the last time we talked about this.
They
Yep.
railroaded that kid like no other. I just think that should not be allowed. All he kept saying was, I want to go home. Can I go home now? And they kept telling him, yep, you can go home when we're done. They
Yeah, 'cause
lied.
he was even like, I have a test that I need to get back to or a project or something.
And I think that's what they did to Chris. They put him in a spot. They made him think he was going to be okay. She was rubbing his back, trying to make it like we know it was Shanann. Yeah.
Now that I heard that part about the lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
I have not caught that before. Like that pisses
What
me
part
off.
about the lawyer? Which
Where
He says he wants a lawyer, not just a public defender.
yeah,
Oh,
Ronnie.
yeah. And they kept going.
And then he
Mhm.
was like, we'll talk about that later.
Mhm.
No, that's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not how any of this works.
That
but,
right there is pretty bad.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Heather Bratt said, we're expected to believe Shanann came home at 2 a.m. and just randomly decided to kill her kids who were already in bed. Do you guys have a response?
And now that you brought up the whole, like, she was walking around the house in her undies and t-shirt, I don't know. I find it hard to believe she would walk to her kids' room and just, I don't know.
I don't think it was random at all. I don't think anything about this was random. I think that if it went down that Shanann did hurt them, like he said, it would have had to have been in the heat of the moment. It would have had to have been like a snapped situation. Losing it all, desperation. That's the only way that would have ever happened. I don't see her calmly walking in there and going, I'm going to do this. I think it would be you're never going to see these kids again, and I'm going to make sure of it, you motherfucker. I mean, I'm thinking something very heated. I'm not thinking this was just an emotional conversation. I'm thinking this was a heated argument.
Oh, yeah.
Bad, heated argument. Pent up anger from Chris Watts of all the years of, holding back, of not expressing his feelings. And I'm not saying that's Shanann's fault, because it's not. That's his fault.
And we're not saying that Shanann killed them either. I mean,
I'm just discussing all the theories.
Yeah.
If she did, I think it would have had to have been a heat of the moment thing, if that happened that way. Now, do I believe more so that Nikki could have done that to his children?
100%.
I believe it more than I see Chris Watts killing them.
Yeah.
She had no emotional connection to those kids whatsoever. She had none. She couldn't have cared less. And you can tell by her demeanor, she don't give a fuck about kids.
No.
She ain't about to have kids. She don't want to get pregnant right now. Mm-mm.
And the other thing I did find odd in her interview, it was dead summer, hot, and she came in long sleeved and a jacket with long sleeve or a vest, and you can see a huge bald patch of hair missing from her head in that video. Did anyone ever
Interesting.
notice that?
I don't think I have. We're gonna have to go over that. Write this down, guys.
Sleeves right to her
'Cause
wrist,
we'll forget.
and she has a big bald patch on the right hand side of her head.
Interesting. So yeah, we'll go over that, and then like the there's something else in her interviews that I wanted to go through. So we'll definitely do that, and we'll have to do that when you are available, Malligator, so that you can be a part of that one for sure.
So we can talk like about like how like she talks like
they
Oh,
were so little.
why?
oh my God, Jay, you sounded that was creepy. Oh my God.
They were so little.
Yeah. I can't with her.
Or no.
Or no.
No.
All that stress she was under, marriage, affair, bills, money, who knows? What if she caught NK there when she got home?
Mm-hmm.
What if NK was there and she got home?
Yeah.
When she caught her down in the basement.
We don't know, and that's what sucks.
Wasn't there some type of motion with a basement window?
I think so. No,
It was
the
unlocked.
basement door. No, it was the door.
Basement
It was
door.
the basement door. And
the window
think about Coder talking about the ALEXA picking up distress.
Yeah.
The ALEXA was in the kitchen. It wasn't upstairs. It was in the fucking kitchen.
Mine just plays weird ass.
So what distress was it picking up in the kitchen, and why?
Yeah.
Check the knives. What was going on there?
Yeah.
I have to see if that's really true because I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
And it picks up distress? I don't know if it picks up distress, but it keeps a log.
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah, you can go back and see everything.
Yeah.
I know Mel
And
just learned that.
they had the log of it, but we've never seen it. Redacted.
Did I tell you? Did you see the other night that mine went off at 11:45, and I didn't know, and Steve was sleeping next to me on the couch. I had my earpods in, and I was listening to like paranormal stuff. And he hits me and goes, "What's that noise?" And then I look, and I go, "I don't know. What is that?" And it was music that I don't listen to. I can't remember the name of the group.
Spinners.
The Spinners. Yeah. And I looked, and so I went and got his phone, and Heather J's like, yeah, you can look at the report. And I see where Steve said once he went to bed after, start waterfall sound, but there was prior voices, and it was a woman's voice saying, Alexa,
play the Spinners.
It was so creepy.
It was not my voice. It was a woman's voice. Okay, stop now.
I thought you unplugged her.
That is the first time, though, that it's gone off since we've been saying that all night. That's my portal.
Dude, I'd throw that portal in the trash.
I don't even use it. It just sits.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Spinners were popular starting in 1965 until about 1972.
Manson.
What's the odds of that happening?
So find out who lived in your house in those years, because they must like the Spinners.
House is new. It was built in 2013, 14. Our duplex was built.
Did you build?
What was there before? Did they tear something down?
It was just all like wetlands, like all like
maybe Indian burial ground.
I don't know. It's freaking weird though.
I mean, you are in Wisconsin, don't you know?
I know. I live in Fort Atkinson, where it was all they have.
Okay, you probably have Indians. You probably have Indians.
Blackhawks. We're the Blackhawks. Our team is the Blackhawks.
Yeah, you probably have Indian spirits. You better be nice to them, because we took their land. You know?
Don't mess with Indian spirits.
But it's weird that.
Yeah, let's look into that too, you guys. Let's make a note of that. Let's look into the Alexa stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to know where the DNA test is for Nico. If
Me too.
I mean, if that's Chris's kid, no doubt about it. why not show the DNA
Yeah, because
to
they
the
sealed
family?
it, didn't they?
Hmm?
They sealed it, so they couldn't see it, right?
They've asked for it.
Yeah, but I thought they never gave it to them, or they never took it.
They never got it. No, Chris has never seen it. He asked for it. Leo Tech says that portal gives us answers.
Right?
Don't
The
get rid of the
gives me
portal.
the creeps.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's Amy and Steve?
Who?
Call Amy and Steve. Who's that?
Steve's our husband.
Who? Whose husband?
Val.
Yeah, but why would she say call Amy and
Wait, what are you talking about? Who's Val?
I said Val, alligator.
I don't know
No,
why.
call Amy and Steve. They must be like paranormal investigators or something.
Oh,
I don't think she's talking about your husband.
No.
see, this is what I get for trying to look up the Alexa stuff.
I'm like, what?
No,
Oh my God, whose Alexa's going off? I don't even have
Oh.
one in here, so.
that was mine.
Mm-mm.
She can't hear me when I actually want to talk to her, but when I
Those
don't,
things are evil.
So this
Evil.
is from a professor on this device. It says the microphone and these smart speakers are always listening, but by default they are only listening for the wake word or the activation keyword. It does
Huh.
not record, or like, I don't know, but mine, no one said it to mine, and mine played music and said some lady's voice, so I don't know.
Well, if it never stops listening, because I've had it talk
Yeah, me too.
and I've never not said the wake word. So it's not foolproof for by any means. And I think that brings us like to our thing we were talking about, Heather J, the other day about the Google guy with the AI.
oh yeah,
You don't know. I mean, we don't know what these things are capable of. I mean, I just Googled, does Alexa pick up distress? And it says here, that when your device, this is from cnet.com. It says when your device detects these sounds, it can launch a series of commands in response. Alexa can listen for a dog barking or a baby crying, as well as people snoring and coughing. And that's from July 9th, 2021. So they hear what you're doing just because she doesn't say hello.
Yeah.
She still hears you.
Yeah. I mean, this here says how to stop strangers from listening in on your Alexa chats. What?
Wait, say that again?
It says how to stop strangers from listening in on your Alexa chats and why you should.
Yeah, see, I'm not about that.
It says complete strangers can end up with audio recordings of your Alexa chats.
You mean like when you talk to her? Well, my
Mhm.
Alexa chat would be, Alexa, play classic rock. Alexa, play 80s. That's the extent of me talking to my Alexa.
well, you can also call from that word to another.
Yeah, you can. You can call for, like, I can call you from mine to yours.
You just made mine play Sweet Emotion.
Are you serious?
Alexa plays classic rock, and it just came on, and it's playing Sweet Emotion. Aerosmith. Alexa off.
Laura W said, you guys kicked mine off. Yeah, so
Sorry.
is your daughter's name Alexa?
Mine?
Maligator? Yeah.
It's Alexis.
Alexis. Does she hate that it's close to Alexa?
Yes, because whenever I yell at her, sometimes it goes off in my room.
See? Isn't that stupid?
Mhm.
Dr. Melmo said my Alexa just went off and played Journey.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's not a bad
mine
thing.
did Aerosmith because she said classic rock.
I have my headphones on, so she can't hear
Hers
mine.
probably started playing Don't Stop Believing. Yeah, that Alexa stuff is scary. Now that with those portals,
Well, I don't use this. It's just plugged in, but
If it's plugged in, dude, they're seeing you and they can
Well, it's in my office, so they're listening.
see you
to
and hear you.
Is that the
Well,
one
it's
that
in a good
follows you?
room.
They're on your, but I have mine next to my bed that plays my thing, and that's the one that was playing weirdly the other night. And then when Heather J's like, yeah, you can listen to it, and it shows the video, and it's like literally a woman telling it to play that music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is
So
not
it's like somebody said, Alexa, play the spinners.
Yes.
And then she started playing it.
You could hear it clear as day.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, now it's oh my god.
I'm gonna get a copyright and shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, working my way back to you,
That was
babe.
spinners that played it because you said it. Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna play the audio of it. I'm not even kidding you. Or the video. Wait till you hear this voice.
Oh, it recorded the voice?
I recorded it on my phone and
you can record the voice that it gives the command to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear this. Okay, I missed this.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna get it right now.
Oh my god. Okay,
I'll have to show you how you can check yours.
Yeah, you can push play and it shows the voice that played the command. She told me about it. Otherwise, I would have had no idea.
I did not know that. Okay, so you guys, Maligator, her Alexa played the spinners.
Yeah, so this is I'm going to show
by
you this.
itself, and she had the voice recorded into the Alexa, and her daughter are the only females in the house.
And it was 12 at night, so everyone was sleeping but me, and I had my AirPods in, so no one was
your
talking.
daughter have an Alexa in her room?
No, and she was dead asleep. Steve was sleeping on the couch. He wasn't even in the bedroom. And
so this is the Alexa in the bedroom.
Yep.
Playing the spinners.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna show because I recorded it. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm afraid.
Listen. Did you hear it?
What the fuck, Maligator? Yeah. Play it again.
Listen. This is a different one. This was one that was before it that said not intended for Alexa. That was one prior.
Hold on. Ready? Let me open his phone.
Listen. I'm opening his phone. This is me sending it to her. To Heather J.
It said, Alexa, play spinners.
Yeah. And the one prior to that said, Alexa, say something, but I couldn't hear what it was saying, but it said not intended for Alexa. And
can you send those to me and I can put them in my program and like get rid of the background noise?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's freaky.
Isn't that creepy?
Wait, and this is what I walked. This is how loud it was. Listen.
You hear music playing and you come in your room.
Just your imagination.
And this is what it is. I'm dying.
Oh my God.
It was 12:04 a.m.
And neither one of you were in the bedroom.
Nope. And that's the first time Steve has stayed up that late on the couch on a work night, but he fell asleep, so I just let him lay there. But he bumped me and said, "What is that loud noise?" And I was like, "What?" And I took out my earbud because they're, sound. I can't hear anything other than what I'm watching. And I was watching paranormal stuff. And then all of a sudden I go, "What the hell is that?" And I thought it was coming from Lexi's room. And I go, "That's her Alexa in our bedroom." So then I messaged Heather J. I was like, what the hell? And so she goes, "It's got to be on an app." Well, I didn't know he had an app. So then he just was like, "Whatever, I'm going to bed. I'm tired." So I took his phone and she showed me how to like get through it and play who requested it. And it was that woman's voice.
I told her to burn the whole house down.
Yeah, hell no.
I was like, you're keeping me out.
Laura, look at what Snow said. That'd be too much for me to handle. And then look at Laura W. Oh, you need some sage and maybe a priest.
I told her she needed sage.
I sage my house, but I also like this. I love paranormal stuff. So for me, it doesn't bother me. I just thought it was weird as hell.
Wait, look at Tracy V. I would pack up and scoot.
Yeah, it was a little creepy. It was very. I'm sending it.
You need to put that device next to.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to open them up on my computer.
I'm going to send it to you and show you how I looked it up, because then you can see the ones that Steve does, because it shows his little person. It shows a little yellow person that it's Steve.
That it's him.
Because it
recognizes the voice.
Yeah, and this one didn't show anybody, but it recorded that voice of the woman.
Weird. Has there been anything since then?
Well, just like it kept the like once he left for work, it kept turning on and off, so I couldn't sleep in the morning. And Alexa's
my
like, "What is
God.
going on with your Alexa?" She's like, "It's been going on and off all morning." I'm like, "I don't know." So he's like, "Just unplug it for the whole day." So I did, and now it's been fine. But I'm like, I think we need a new one.
Yeah, I text Mel
God.
the next day. I'm like, how's the
That's
Alexa?
the
She
last
goes, I
thing you need.
unplugged it.
That's the last thing you need is another one of those things.
That portal over here is just still like playing music. I just had to mute it. I got to turn it off. It's still playing the spinners.
Heather Brett said, "Oh my gosh, could you imagine Alexa and Lampagator having conversations?" Lampagator. Oh man. All right, you guys. I'm gonna sign off. It's been a long live, but it's been very informative and actually kind of refreshing to go over some things and notice things we didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a great live. It was a very like eye-opening, refreshing, and it was nice to have new stuff, not just
The same old, yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, chat, for being so awesome and informative and participating. Appreciate you. So now you guys can dance it out and then go to bed.
to the spinners.
No spinners here and no look at your game, girl. I will not subject anyone to that anymore. We are done with the Manson. On to the next case. All right, you guys. See you guys soon. Bye, Heather. Bye, Alligator.
Bye.
Love you guys. Have a great night. Tomorrow is hump day. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, I gotta work. Bye.
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 I don't give a damn, I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn, you talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn, I don't give a damn, damn, damn. I don't give a damn, damn, damn. I don't give a damn, damn, damn. I don't give a damn. You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn, I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn, you talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn, I don't give a damn, damn, damn. 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 You're mad at me for not giving you comfort. You say that I'm away so much and now you don't feel the way you felt when we were younger. But that's okay,